So lighting. Here I have a sphere. It's pretty, it's round, okay, it's not even a sphere right now, it's a circle, because it's flat. We can't tell how round it is, what direction it is, or anything. But here we have a light source. So all the light is radiating from this point, in this general direction. And so I'm going to figure out where this light intersects with the sphere by drawing lines radiating out from it. Ah!
Yep, almost. Yep. Ah.
There we go.
There we go.
Picking that one up a bit. So as you can see, I am drawing a bunch of lines that seemingly don't make sense right now. But it's because I'm imagining this circle is actually being within a sphere. Or being within a cube. So what this is giving me is it's giving me the direction and the distance of the shadow, the cast shadow for this sphere. So here we have a point that represents the light. And so again, if we're going to go back to our perspective, here's the horizon line. We're going to draw a straight line vertically down from the point. And this is basically the closest point on the ground to the light. We can use this to find the distance and the direction. We can use this point to find the direction of the light, and this point to find its distance. So I drew lines radiating out from here to where the sphere touches the ground. The same thing from here to where the sphere touches the ground. So this gives me a rough estimate as to how long and in what direction this shadow is being cast. Let's really get that. And from within here, I can inscribe another circle. And that is my sphere's cast shadow. Also with this light, if I draw a line that's perpendicular to the line of the light source, then that's going to give me where my shadows are on the sphere itself. And I can draw a circle, really flat circle, that'll help me figure out how the light's going to bend. I'm going to switch to a bigger brush now. And then I'm going to drop my opacity down. Bigger brush. And then I'm going to start shading. So I'm going to start first with putting down the core shadow. So when light hits an object, it makes part of the object, which is not in the light, darker. So I'm just going to put that object in shadow. This is known as the shadow side. Dar, dar, dar. So now I've got a ball that is white on one side and shadowed on the other side. And let's make it gray. Let's make the base color of this ball gray. I'm not going to do too much blending this time around because I want to finish this quick. So that's like the very basics of shading. It's dark on one side, it's light on another side. But the thing is, if you're looking at this, it's not really realistic. So I'm going to add some highlights to it. So the core light is the area where the light is hitting most perpendicularly on the object. It's not necessarily the place where the highlight is, because if you've noticed, if you've ever put like a sphere out in the, or something out in the sun, then the specular highlight, the part where it's like bright, bright white, actually moves with you as you move. This is because the specular reflection is actually a factor of the camera location, which is your eye, and the actual light source. So we're going to put it here. Very often in art, it ends up being the same, ends up being the very same, but in reality, if you move around, then it's going to be physically different. And so like this line here is very, very harsh. So I'm going to soften it up with doing a midtone while trying to maintain the shape of the shadow. And the midtone should, the shape of the form of the shadow in the midtone should reflect the form of the object. Like the way that we don't actually see lines, we don't see flat shapes. We see how light curves around objects, and then our brain interprets this as to the shape of that actual object. Got this kind of like, I'm gonna scatter this highlight out a bit more because the way I'm painting this object is looks like it's very rough on the surface. So this means that the light is being spread out across the surface. It's diffusing. And thus the gradation is going to be soft, and it's going to be